monsoon session of Parliament will be from the 21st of July to the 12th of August. The Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs has made a recommendation to the President. The government is ready to discuss Operation Sindoor and the Pelgam terror attack under the rules of Parliament if the opposition demands a discussion. We're getting in details of the monsoon session of Parliament from the 21st of July to the 12th of August. As per protocol, the government has made this recommendation to the President. The government, we hear, is ready to discuss Operation Sindoor and also the Pelgam terror attack from the 22nd of April. Remember, a special session of Parliament is being demanded by the opposition, but we will soon, in a month's time, a little more than a month's time rather, we'll have the monsoon session of Parliament. Under the required rules, there will be a discussion on Pelgam and also on Operation Sindoor. I'm going straight across to Piyush Mishra. For more details on that, Piyush, I'm wondering what happens to the to the demands rather of a special session of Parliament, given that the government here is making clear that both Pelgam and Operation Sindoor will be discussed threadbare in the monsoon session of Parliament.
That's right, Sneha. What we're now learning is that there will be no special session now because the dates of monsoon session are out, and the monsoon session will begin from 21st of July till 12th of August, and during this interval, opposition can raise whatever issues they want, and that's what the government sources have been confirming to us. I remember that opposition was, in fact, it is still demanding that government must, come up with a special session so that all the questions those are there in the minds of people of the nation, those needs to be addressed, and also the questions of opposition leaders should be addressed. And what initially itself we were told that government was not of the view of coming up with any kind of a special session of Parliament on the Operation Sindoor. Now the dates of monsoon session are out, and we can expect the discussion to take place in a monsoon session itself, where the issues like Operation Sindoor, Pelgam terror attack, moreover the impeachment of Justice Verma, all these things will come up. It is very much likely that opposition is going to seek answers from the government on the failure of security agencies during the Pelgam
moment from now, Congress MP Manikam Tagore is with us. Thank you for your time, Manikam Tagore. I want to ask you, the government has now said that these are the dates. 21st of July is when the session begins, 12th is when it ends. Would the opposition collectively still demand a special session since the government is ready to discuss both the Pelgam attack and Operation Sindoor threadbare?
We all know that yesterday only 300 MPs we had signed it and signed a petition. Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi ji and leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha Mallikarjun Kharge ji and 16 other parties have signed it. And the government's arrogance, we can see that they are calling this session, which was usually called in monsoon, in third week of July. We were demanding for June session, and this is unacceptable. And we know that this shows that the arrogance of the government is. This shows the arrogance of the government, and the government continues to behave in a manner where they wanted to hide something, and they don't want to discuss with the opposition leadership.
Essentially, Manikam Tagore, the government has said we are willing to discuss this entire matter. Just talk to us a little about what the opposition's key demands would be, because the government says under the required rules, they would be discussing it.
We need to understand it when there is an opposition all-party meeting, the Prime Minister is not there. There are two opposition all-party meetings were called, but Prime Minister was missing. He has gone to the Bihar campaign. Therefore, the Prime Minister is afraid to face the opposition. Therefore, only he is not attending the opposition all-party meeting as well as the Parliament also. The Parliament, we demanded that 300 MPs wrote a letter, and we had demanded that the Parliament should be convened in June this month. But they are calling it in July. The second week, as per your report, it is third week of July. Usually, the second week of July itself, the monsoon session starts. Why the government is afraid to call the Parliament and discuss about the facts in the floor of the House? We are unable to understand why, when all other times the opposition ruling party has been afraid to face the opposition, and particularly the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
All right, Manikam Tagore, joining in with your views on what the government has now said. We're talking about the Parliament monsoon session that's beginning on the 21st of July and ends on the 12th. This recommendation has been made to the President as per protocol, essentially. The government has said they are ready to discuss both Pelgam and Operation Sindoor. Remember, the opposition has been pressing for a special session of Parliament. That is unlikely, is what our sources are indicating.